We are back once again with a brand new episode from Zach Megan Collectibles, and we have another baseball product to rip and review. I know, guys, you're saying, why Top Series 2? I know it's been brutal. If you looked at our past videos, we've had a brutal time ripping and reviewing the various products from Top Series 2, including the hobby box. But what can I say? We're gluttons for punishment here on this channel. We have another mega box to rip and review. Hopefully, just hopefully, we'll turn things around. Stay tuned. Alright guys, we are back once again. We are feeling optimistic because that's all that we can feel. That we are going to pull something big today from 2026 Top Series 2, the Mega Box. As you know, we purchased this during pre-order, and it just arrived on release day just a few days ago. We picked this up for $50. So, hey, we can't stop. We pretty much got this box. We got to rip it open. We can't leave this sealed because what are we leaving it sealed for? Because hopefully we've got a banger inside this box. So, not going to say much. You're going to look for the 1991 Topps Baseball Crackle Parallels. Potentially we can hit some case hits, home field advantage, all aces, all kings. Wishful thinking maybe at this time, but without further delay, let's get to it. You know what we get with the Mega Box. We get a mega amount of base cards. So, just accept it. All right, here we go. So, Top Series 2 has been thoroughly disappointing. And it looks like it's not just me, but all throughout the hobby, everyone's talking about how horrendous Top Series 2. We've already ordered Topps Chrome. So, if you haven't ordered Topps Chrome, I believe there's still retail versions of it. You want to grab that. You want to get that bad taste out of your mouth because look how many packs we have here. Unfortunately, we could sort of predict what's going to happen. We're going to be getting a bunch of base as well as stars of the MLB in every pack. All right, so let's see. Let's get to it, all right? Pack number 1. What can we say, guys? We're optimistic, but ready for disappointment. Look, we already flipped it the wrong way. Got Cal Raleigh right there. That's what we're going to get for stars of the MLB. All right, here we go. Here comes our base. You know, we have an outside chance of getting a short print on one of those rookies. That's the only thing, I guess, that we can hope for if we're not going to get any case hits that by now seems like a long shot. Even our hobby box rip, we know you have a 50-50 chance at an auto or a relic, and we got a relic, okay? So go ahead and check out those videos. Your support is always appreciated. But you could say every time we open this box or these boxes, we're taking one for the team. All right, we have a Frank Thomas on the 1991 design. And we've got Cal Raleigh to start it off. All right, on to pack number 2. So, I believe... Oh, we keep open on the wrong side. All right, we've got Hoffman here. Let me hold that thought. Let's get through this pack first, because we've got a lot of packs to get through. All right. Continuing on. All right, here we go. We are just going to get 2. You could see who we got. We got Chase DeLauder, stars of that. Oh, there we go. We have a nice one of Jaron Duran. And it is a pink crackle board. We'll take that. Probably one of the better cards we're going to pull, to be honest with you. So, the first returns, I believe, have come through. But I guess for the All-Star game, I guess the way it works, I'm not familiar if this normally works this way, but I guess the way it works is that the top 2 vote getters, at least in the positions outside of the outfield, I believe it's the top 6 vote getters, they all compete for a second round of voting. And from that point on, so everyone else has been eliminated, basically, if you're not in the top 2. And last time we talked about how there's Dodger bias. So I did notice on these returns, the ones that are qualified for finalists for the next set of voting, a bunch of them are Dodgers. I didn't see American League, but I'm hearing that a lot of them were Blue Jays. So, but Dodgers, we'll get to it on what your thoughts are. Okay, here we go. We've got Scooball, possible Dodger, all right, future Dodgers, Matt Olson. All right, so for example, if you go down the different positions, okay, Shohei was the top vote getter. No brainer, of course. And at first base, Matt Olson, who's having a great year. Well, guess whose competition is? Former Brave, current Dodger. One, Freddie Freeman. All right, at second base, not a Dodger. I forget who it was. Second base, it's clear of a Dodger, okay? Shortstop, believe it or not, he's got no business being up there, but Mookie Betts made, I guess, the second position. I forget who was the favorite, who's got the most votes shortstop-wise, but Mookie Betts somehow made it, and he's been raking as of late. I mean, I know he had like 3 hits the other day with the home run. He's brought his average up from like $190 to about $218. There's a nice card of the Risen Suns from the Dodgers. But anyways, he has elevated his batting average, but definitely not having an all-star season. Here's a guy that is, Mr. Murakami. All right, every time we get his card, even though it's a base card, we'll sleeve that up. Sometimes that's the only value you're going to find in these boxes. All right, so here we go. And Merrill, we're going to get a crackle board of Kirby Puckett. So we're getting old school guys with those. Continuing on. All right, here we go. So third base has Max Muncy as a finalist. So there you go. So we got Dodgers galore. And then catcher, Will Smith, finalist. Oh, here's a funny story. Here's Trey Savage. A funny story is, I believe when they posted the votings at second base, Hae-Sung Kim, who's now in the minors, I think he was at like number 4. He didn't make it to the finals, but the fact that was in the top 4 while being in the minor leagues. All right, here's a guy that's been thoroughly disappointing. Kyle Tucker's been getting some boos lately from Dodger fans. And okay, we're gonna get a hollow foil of the Cardinals. Kyle Tucker. So, anyways, who else? In the outfield, I remember we talked about there was controversy, right? Andy Pages, I believe, is leading in the outfield. And guess who's been injured and not having the greatest year? Teoscar. All right. Teoscar Hernandez also made it as a finalist. So you could see the Dodger bias there. But, hey, they have fans worldwide, but they tap that Japanese market. So you can't blame them. They got fans in Korea as well. All right, continuing on with our bunch of base cards. We got some future stars. To be honest, I haven't seen any videos with Top Series 2. And there's Cam Schlittler, who's pitching well. But I don't think, do bangers even exist in this mega box set? If you guys seen some, let me know. All right, on to the last pack before we get to the next half, and we'll discuss our giveaway. Because you should be rewarded for your patience and your support. There's Hae-Sung Kim, who's got the 4th most votes, being, of course, in the minor leagues. All right, here we go. Let's get through these. Still nothing crazy yet. There's Jordan Walker, who's having a great year. And I think he's on the cusp. I don't know if he made the top 6. I know James Wood did. There's Colson Montgomery. A lot of young talent there in Chicago. All right, on to the next one. And we'll announce our giveaway. As you know, any Top Series 2, all right, here, we already revealed that. Any Top Series 2 video, which we've dropped quite a few, qualifies you for the exclusive Top Series 2 Fat Pack or Value Pack. Supposedly, fatties are supposed to have baddies, but that wasn't the case for us. But things may be different for you guys, and I'll show you what I mean. All right, here we go. We've got a oh, there you go. Isn't this is something big? All right. I forget what it is called. This is a full photo card. I believe this is a short print. There you go, Garrett Cole. Hello there. All right, we got something. We got something different. Short prints. Garrett Cole. I forget what they call, but I'll look this up when I edit this video. But that probably is our best hit from this product. But you can see it's a nice full photo card right there. Is that what that's called in terms of the short print? It's something worth putting on display. Hello. All right, here we go. We're a little silent. Does that mean we're out of the running for a home field advantage? There's a nice one right there. All kings, all aces. I hope not. All right, continuing on. Then we're going to get to, there's Shohei. Anytime we get a Shohei. So, of course, the Topps MVP buyback program is about to come into play. So, Shohei is definitely on the radar to gobble him up. Ooh, Reggie Jackson, old school. So, we are giving away this fat pack. All right, where fatties are supposed to be baddies. So, and it's exclusive to all of our Top Series 2 videos, including this one here. So, in order to qualify, number one, you need to be subscribed to this channel. So, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you already have not done so. You need to watch this video to the end, which are almost there. Like this video, hype this video, or share the video, hype or share, hit that hype button if you got it, and comments. In the comment section, you need to answer some questions that we like to ask to engage you today. So stay tuned for that. And you guys can have multiple entries to our giveaway by going back to all of the previous Top Series 2 videos we released this month and doing the same there as well. All right, here we go. And we're going to get a card here. Okay. So we're going to get Freddie Freeman. We've got a bunch of stars of the MLB Freddie Freeman. This is our first Freddie Freeman Titans of the game. We are going to get, a Yandy Diaz on this foil, glitter foil, if you want to call it. Not numbered. I would have loved a Junior Caminero because he's been balling out. But we'll take that Yandy Diaz. And before we get to our next one, okay, thank you for sticking with us, guys. Hopefully, you're enjoying our rip because we got a full image photo card right there of Garrett Cole. Pleasantly surprised to get. All right, continuing on. Before we probably ask you one of our first questions. A lot of base, I'll tell you that much. Okay. Stars of the MLB, Trey Savage. You will see. All right, here's our first question. Let's ask you this already. Who is that one player that maybe got a lot of hype last year or had a breakout year last year, but then has sort of regressed this year? Who's that player, in your opinion? All right, let us know in the comment section. And stay tuned for our final question that'll qualify. All right, let's continue on. Coming down the home stretch. 3 more packs before we're possibly done with Top Series 2. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I'm probably going to pass on the Super Box. It's just been brutal, so. But we have, we got that Garrett Cole card. We'll see what we get with that one there. But in order to get that card, look at all the different base we need to get through. There we go. All right. And we are going to get a Nick Kurtz, as well as a Bobby Witt Jr. And final 2 packs. So we asked that first question. We're going to ask a second question coming up shortly. Right, Johan Rojas. We've got this guy right here, a guy I've never seen pitch for the Dodgers. We've got him like 6 times, possibly. He's probably the guy that we've got the most of, so. All right, Griffin Conine. A lot of base. There's Garrett Cole. Look at that. So borderless and bordered card right there. And final 2 here. We're going to get Nick Kurtz again. We get Adley Rutschman right there. And before we hit the final pack, so our final question will be, call your shot. All right. The trade deadline is coming up after the All-Star game. So predict what is the trade that you think that's going to happen. All right. The biggest trade that's going to happen. Go ahead and throw that down as well in the comment section. Now, if you have been the anomaly in regards to Top Series 2 and you've pulled bangers from Top Series 2, let us know as well in the comment section. We'd love to hear about that. All right, final pack. Looks like we're going to go out without that case hit that we're looking for. Unless you want to call that one being a something. We've got Alex Freeland, stars of the MLB. The guy was on the bench. He has the stars of the MLB. All right, Stan the Man Musial right there on the crackle board. And Kike. So there you have it, guys. This has probably got to be the best hit that we've pulled from this product. That includes Hobby. Let me know what you think, guys, in the comment section. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully, Topps Chrome Baseball, when it comes out, is going to be much kinder to us. So until next time, take care.